Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through this full article here. It's a little lengthy and it's a little bit complicated at points, and it is tragic. There's a link in the description. The headline tells us that 3 of 9 suspects plead guilty to fatally shooting a woman forced into an abandoned well. Um, so yeah, this is gang related and sheer murder. So let's have a look. A third of 9 suspects entered a guilty plea on Tuesday to charges related to the 2020 murder of a Missouri woman who was kidnapped, forced into an abandoned well, and shot in the head from above. Prosecutors said that Sarah Pascoe, 27 years of age, I believe this is Sarah Pascoe, and another woman who has not been identified were abducted by C-word scumbag Gary W. Hunter Jr. on April the 17th, 2020, and driven to the home of 39-year-old fellow scumbag Christina N. Knapp, where they were told to start digging their graves. So, 2 women were abducted by a man and a woman, taken to a property and told to dig their own graves. Then they were shoved into a trunk and driven to another property where they were forced into a well. Investigators say that Gary W. Hunter, shot Sarah Pascoe, 27 years of age, killing her instantly. And the other woman, who wasn't killed but instead pretended to be dead until the suspects left. So Gary W. Hunter has pled guilty to shooting both Sarah Pascoe and the other woman. Thankfully, the other woman wasn't killed, and she acted very, very intelligently by pretending to be dead, and thankfully she was rescued. All 9 of the suspects, believed to be part of a local gang, were initially charged with first-degree murder and other counts related to the incident. Prosecutors announced their intention in December 2020 to seek the death penalty for 3 of the defendants: Hunter Stephen C. Calverley and Diona L. Parks. The other 6 were believed to have played lesser roles in the incident. Hunter and Parks, Diona Parks, 28 years of age, accepted a plea deal on January the 25th, pleading guilty to second-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping. Gary Hunter accepted a combined sentence for 40 years in prison, while Diona Parks was sentenced to 35 years. On Tuesday, Knapp pled guilty. I'm trying to look to see who Knapp is. Pleaded guilty to first-degree robbery and first-degree kidnapping and was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Her initially first-degree murder charge had been reduced to second-degree by the time she accepted the plea deal. So, Christina Knapp is the lady that initially abducted Sarah Pascoe and the other woman. She's been sentenced to 25 years in prison. A probable cause affidavit reveals that after forcing Sarah Pascoe and the other woman to dig their graves, Gary Hunter forced them into the trunk of a car. Andrew Cypret, 28 years of age, allegedly drove that car to the property with the abandoned well, with Parks, Calverley, and Lyle B. DeLong along for the ride. Gary Hunter reportedly followed behind in a vehicle belonging to one of the victims. Once at the well, Gary Hunter demanded to know the location of another woman, according to the woman who survived the shooting. Sarah Pascoe said she didn't know, the other victim said, and Gary Hunter said they could thank that woman before firing the shot that killed Sarah Pascoe. Calverley reportedly fired the gun's remaining rounds into the well, striking the second victim multiple times. She told police she crawled beneath Pascoe's body in an attempt to protect herself. DeLong has a plea hearing on Friday. He is charged with first-degree murder, assault, robbery, kidnapping, tampering with physical evidence, and 4 counts of armed criminal action. One of the other defendants, 28-year-old Frankie J. Sheridan, pleaded guilty and was released after serving 18 months and put on probation. He agreed to testify for the prosecution. Okay, the remaining defendants are Sierra Dunham, 18 years of age, and Kimberly K. Henderson, 47 years of age. Most of the defendants are expected to accept plea deals in the coming weeks. Investigators believe illicit drugs were at the core of the incident. So there we go. Essentially, a lot of people involved, 9 accused, several of them taking plea deals. I'm going to say, thankfully, those plea deals are still long sentences. Even 25 years, that's a long time. So I think that's a good thing. It's such a shame that so many people are involved with the illicit drug trade. This one incident involves nine people that are accused of being involved in the senseless murder of one woman and the attempted murder of another. And these are both men and women involved. Sierra Dunham, that seems like a lady. She was only 18, or she is only 18. And this happened in 2020. So does that mean she was 16 at the time? And another woman, 47 years of age. So I don't know. It's just... Obviously, the focus should be on Sarah Pascoe for being murdered. And the other woman who, I'm going to say, miraculously survived being shot multiple times. So good for her. Perhaps Sarah Pascoe and the other woman were also involved in the illicit drug trade. Apologies if that's an unfair speculation. That is speculation, certainly. But that would make sense to me. But regardless, that doesn't justify a murder. I'm kind of rambling at this point. I'm just kind of shocked about having 9 people involved in killing these people. I mean, is this what they do on a daily basis, on a near daily basis? They go around killing their compadres. I don't know. There's that crazy story. There's a link in the description.